In this tutorial, I'm going to introduce all of you non-geeks to the application GeekTool. And by non-geek, I mean someone who doesn't know how to computer program or write commands and stuff like that. And that would include me. So I apologize because I honestly don't know that much about GeekTool. But I do know the basics. I do know how to open up geeklets and download them. And I'm going to show you how to do all of that stuff in this video. So GeekTool is what gave me this clock over here. And I'm going to go ahead and open up GeekTool and show you what it looks like. And GeekTool as an application is free off the App Store. So here's my geeklet. When I open up GeekTool, I can move it around, and if I highlight it, I get all of these properties here. And I can click over here to set font and color and customize the size and all of that stuff. And over here you see that this is the command. And this is what you would have written. This is what I would have written if I had known what to write. Now, if you do know what to write, you would just go and drag a shell onto your desktop, and once you highlight it, you'll see in properties that this command space is empty, and you would just type in whatever you want, and GeekTool will run that command for you. But since I don't know what to write, I'm going to show you a website where you can download geeklets for free, and it's really simple. I'll leave the website, the link in the description, but here it is. It's macosxtips.co.uk/geeklets, and there are hundreds of geeklets to browse through. Now, I do warn you that a lot of them are pretty complicated. They might look really cool. They have some really neat desktop setups here. But you will want to read the full description. You want to read everything. And sometimes you will even have to do your own coding to set up these desktops. So I do encourage you to stick to the basics until you really know what you're doing. But go ahead and find something simple that you like. For example, desktop date and time is what I started with, and that's where I got the clock from. And you would go down here and you would download these .glet files. And once you've downloaded them, I'm going to show you now how to open them up. So I have them downloaded. Let me go ahead and find them. And let's say I want to open up this AM/PM geeklet. The way to open up a geeklet is you just double click on it. It'll ask if you want to run this command, and you just say yes. And as you see up here, I have this little PM. So if I go back into GeekTool, I can move this PM thing around, and I can set its font and color and properties and all that stuff that I showed you before. So that's how you open up geeklets. It's really simple. Now I'm going to teach you how to manage groups. And here you see I have 4 groups: iTunes, default group, date, and time. And what I did was I put only certain geeklets into each group. For example, if I turn off time, all my time stuff goes away. And if I turn on date, I have a date right down here in this corner. And if I open up iTunes, I have my iTunes stats geeklet. So I'm going to teach you now how to manage these groups. So let me delete this iTunes group and make it from scratch so you see how it works. You press the little plus button and give it a name, and since I want to put my iTunes stats geeklet in here, I'll call it iTunes. Now to make it simple, I'll turn off every other group and only activate the iTunes one. And then I'm going to go ahead and find my iTunes stats geeklet, which you can get off of that website I mentioned. It's called iTunes Local Now.glet. So I just double click it, say yes, I want to run this command. And if I go into GeekTool, I have this new geeklet here. And you can't see what it says because the font is in black, so I'm going to set the font to white. And there we go. You can see it says stopped, but that's because I'm not playing anything in iTunes, obviously. So that's how you manage groups. If I turn this off, iTunes will turn off. If I turn on time, I'll have my time back up. Now I'm going to show you one last thing, and that is something that is not often covered in GeekTool tutorials. And that is how to add an image to your desktop, which is really simple and people often overlook it. So you just drag this image thing onto your desktop. And in Properties, you click on Set Local Path, and it'll let you open up any image. And just for an example, I am going to open up an icon. How about this Google Chrome icon? And here it is. I can make it bigger, I can move it around, and I have a cool image on my desktop. So I can customize my desktop by adding images. You can really be creative with this. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. I encourage all of you beginners to check GeekTool out and try it out. I know there isn't much you can do, but you can learn a lot from it, and it's still pretty cool to have even just a clock on your desktop. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Again, that website will be in the description, and remember to read those Geeklet descriptions before you download stuff, because GeekTool can get a little complicated. It really is a geek's application.